folks, CA Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to a very important video wherein today we are going to talk about the gold price prediction for 2026. Is that the only point that we are going to talk about? Nope. In today's video, we are going to understand three main answers. Number one, why did gold rally? Number two, we are going to talk about are central banks still buying gold? And very important, as I discussed right at the beginning of the video, what is the price prediction for gold for 2026? But before we talk about all these points, we must understand that gold has already given a massive rally in 2025. It gave almost a 65% return if I'm talking about gold in US dollar denominated terms, dollar per ounce. And if I'm talking about dollar on MCX, if I'm talking about gold on MCX, it has given almost 75% return. Now, some people might be like, "Acha, both we are talking about gold, be it as dollar per ounce or be it something like in rupee terms. Why is there a 10% difference in returns? It could be because of multiple reasons. Obviously, first one, you do understand, which is the rupee depreciation against INR, because of which we get a better return at MCX level, at Indian rupees level. And of course, demand and supply, all these factors will also come into play, right? Now, in fact, in 2025, there were so many people who were really asking a question that will gold cross 1 lakh or not? But forget about 1 lakh. Now, people are asking questions like, will gold even cross 1 lakh 50,000 or not? And if I were to talk about in dollar terms, it did cross $4,000 per ounce. And people are now asking the questions, will it cross $5,000 per ounce in 2026? Well, before we move on, I'm sure everyone has decided their new year resolution for 2026 because it's just around the corner. And in case if you have decided to upskill yourself, of course, we do have our website rachanaranade.com. If you want to upskill, if you, even if you're a beginner, we do have courses. If you are at an intermediate level, we do have different courses for that. And if you want to take your knowledge to the next level, we do have advanced courses as well. But just in case if you feel that I need to check out some demo videos, here you can just click on demo lectures, and we do have a lot of them for you. So if you want to enroll for any of these demo lectures, please check out the link in the pinned comment and in the description box below. Now let's focus on the very first question as to why did gold rally in 2025. Okay, we have I think discussed about this quite a few times last year, but again, a quick thing. Number one, everyone knows about the Fed rate cuts. Fed is like the central bank of USA. Like we have RBI, US has Federal Reserve, which is very commonly called as the Fed. Whenever Fed reduces interest rates, what happens is typically bond yields drop. Now, if I were an institution in USA and if I have two choices, whether to invest in US bonds, the government bonds, or whether to invest in gold, I will definitely check where will I get better return. And if yields are dropping, I as an investor, I would give better preference to gold. And whenever so that is the reason why. Always remember this. Whenever there's a Fed rate cut, institutions or any buyer, any investor for that matter, would give a shade more preference to investment in gold rather than investment in central government bonds. Okay, that's the first point. Second point, if we are talking about geopolitical uncertainty or overall economical uncertainty, see, whenever there are wars around the world, be it actual wars or something even like a tariff war, many governments, I mean all governments would want to have a better layer of security, and that better layer of security can be provided by a commodity like gold. Just to give you a normal thought process, see, whenever people like you and me, when we feel, oh, there's uncertainty, let's have some reserve at home as well, or let's have some reserve kept in the locker. And what could that reserve be? That could be money, or that could be in terms of gold. The way we think, obviously governments also think in that way. So for India's reserve will be what? Will be money kept in US dollars, okay, or it would be physical gold. How much, what, we are going to discuss in the coming sections of the video, right? Number three, why did gold rally in 2025? A weakening dollar. Always remember that dollar and gold go in opposite directions. They have an inverse relation. Means what? Whenever dollar weakens, gold strengthens. Okay. Fourth point is de-dollarization. And when I use the word de-dollarization, please don't take me in a wrong way. I'm not saying that we will replace the dollar completely. No, not at all. But the dependence on dollar may keep on reducing year after year, and that is what many countries are even trying. So what countries may say, instead of keeping more reserve in gold, in US dollars, why not keep more reserve in gold instead? And has the trend of keeping reserve in gold increase, has it been kept on increasing? We are going to check that with data points in the coming section of the video. But yes, that has been the overall trend, with proof in the coming section. Okay. And ultimately, there's one more important point which came up in the last week: a fresh institutional buying, which can give a further boost to gold in 2026. Because right now, whatever we discussed was about 2025. What I'm going to discuss right now is about Could the fresh institutional buying continue in 26? It says PFRDA allows NPS subscribers to invest in gold and silver ETFs, and the government employees who are subscribers of NPS, UPS, and APY can invest up to 5%, which is the maximum permissible investment limit in gold and silver ETFs. Now, if I just scroll down, I can also very well check this, that while the option for subscription on gold and silver ETFs is provided by default to central and state government employees, it is also expanded to low cost pension plans, corporate CG, NPS Lite, Atal Pension Yojana as well. Okay, and these subscribers to the pension funds can invest up to 5%, which is the maximum permissible limit in gold and silver ETFs. So, what does this mean? As an investor, I can who is investing in NPS now. Earlier, I had only two options: stocks and debt. Okay, so now I can have one more chunk, which is about investment in gold and silver ETF. Well, whether you want to subscribe to NPS or not, whether you want this 5% gold silver exposure or not, that is completely optional. But one thing is not optional: smashing the like button. So please smash the like button right away. Now let's focus on a data point as to whether central banks are buying gold or not. And for that, I'm going to take you to some very interesting data points. First, let's check on trading economics about India's gold reserves. Are they on a steady rise since 2020 Q3? Yes, if you see here, it's on a complete steady rise. No second thoughts on that. And as at Q3 2025, we have 880 tons of gold. Huge, isn't it? But huge if compared with China. Now, if you see, China has 2,300 tons of gold. So it's almost 3x of what we have. But if you see something very weird in China's pattern, if you see, they had pretty low gold reserves, and the gold reserves directly shot up in 2022-23, and they have continued holding more and more gold. This coincides somewhere with Russia-Ukraine war, because when China also understood that Russia had a huge amount of reserves in dollars, and when USA said that you are not allowed to access your own funds, China might have thought that if we also have to face a similar situation where we are not able to access our own money, which is kept in dollars, why not set up a reserve in some parallel asset class, which is nothing but gold? And that's where you can see that even China has stepped up like anything. Talking again about India, if you see here, although we have stepped up our gold reserve, it has been pretty much stagnant towards the end of 2025. And even I came across this Reuters news article which says that India central bank gold pile tops $100 billion on surging bullion prices. So one amazing point: the value has topped $100 billion because of surging bullion prices. But if you check here, cumulative buying from January to September stood at only 4 tons, which is sharply lower than 50 tons in the same period a year earlier. So basically, in 2024, we had bought 50 tons from Jan to September, versus in 2025, Jan to September, we have bought only 4 tons of gold. Okay. Now understand, whenever we are buying gold, are we using this as a reserve? Yes. So now let's focus on how much reserves which country has. See, higher the reserve, better it is for any country. So highest reserves that any country has, it's China. China tops the list. China has more reserves than USA. Note this down. China has 34,56,024 all in $1,000,000. So China has huge reserves, followed by Japan, then USA, then Switzerland, then India. We must feel good. We are in top 5, but we should also have a reality check. Though we are at number 5 position, our number stands at 6,43,000 just as a number. And if I want to take it to 6 times roughly, that is where China stands. Okay, so is China having way more reserves than us? Yes, we need to step up. Now, question is that, okay, China has this much money in reserves. We do have this much money in reserves. USA has something in reserve. How much of that, as a percentage, is in gold? Is it more in gold or is it more in dollars? So first, let's check for China. Okay, China is somewhere here. Though China has the highest reserves, only 7.68% is in gold. So, is there a possibility that they may step up their reserves in gold? Possibility is yes. What about India? 15.17% in gold. So, out of the total reserve, only 15% is in gold, balance all in dollars. What about USA? That's where we go. USA has 80.36% in gold. Okay, so this is a crazy number. So if we are wanting to compare ourselves with USA, China and India, both central banks may keep on buying gold in the coming years as well. Now let's come to the grand finale question as to what could be the gold price prediction for 2026. And here we go. I found out a news article which talks about the big banks, global banks forecasting for gold, and they are checking whether it can cross the 1.5 lakh mark or not. But if I'm talking about current gold price in dollar terms, it's around $4,300. Okay, and the gold price predictions, Bank of America says it could go or it could touch $5,000 mark, 5,000 an ounce next year. Uh, Talking about 4,300, this is like 15% plus rally from the current levels. Deutsche Bank says again 4,950, a similar rally around 15%. Goldman Sachs again $4,900. And ultimately, one more bank, which is HSBC, they say that it can go up to $4,400. That's a barely $100 up move from here. But if you check properly, be it HSBC, Goldman Sachs, Deutsche Bank, or Bank of America, none of them are saying that it will be like a 15-20% correction, right? But all of them are saying that, okay, there is a great possibility that it may go up 15%. 4 out of 3 are saying that. Just one of them is saying that, okay, it may barely give any up move. But what about technical analysis? This was about the big players talking about that. First, of course, I'll talk about this, but first, let me tell you something interesting about RSI as well. We have to check RSI. And here, if you check, when the RSI, current RSI, as I shoot the video, it is around 66. Here you can see it's around 66, which is absolutely fair enough. Not a problem at all. When could it be problematic? See, somewhere here, when it had gone up to 86, immediately next month, see, this is where RSI is 86. Immediately next month, it gave a downfall of 1.6%. Okay, this was one more time when it had crossed the level of 86. This is where we were at this high. Of course, after this, it gave a small rally of maybe somewhere around, let me just quickly check from here to here, somewhere around what, less than even a 1%. But immediately after that, it gave a downfall of almost 10%. So beware of these levels. If RSI again goes back to these levels of 85, 86, we may see a downfall in gold as well. Here we have seen a 10% down move, so careful. But talking about a positive side now, on the up move side, you can see, those who have done my course on price action analysis, you will be able to understand this is a classic VCP. And in such cases, we take the final target based on this, which could be around $4,600 roughly, around an 8% up move from here. So we did understand about the forecasts of global banks. We did a technical analysis. We understood the positives, negatives, so many points. What do you think about gold prices in 2026? Will it go up? What is your target price? Do let me know in the comment section. If you loved this video, as I told you earlier, please don't forget to smash the like button, share this video with your friends. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye-bye. You might have come across such advertisements on various social media platforms. Please note, all of these are fraudsters promising unbelievable returns through stock tips. I don't provide any calls or advisory services. I provide only educational content through my social media handles and through my website rachanaranade.com and rachanaranade.in.